Hello, everybody. I'm Kellen. I'm your Chinese teacher. Welcome to Chineza English. So today we're gonna talk a little bit about Chinese language. The first question is about me. Okay. My name is Kellen Chen, also known as Kellen Ardelian. I work in Cluj, Baia and Bistrița as a Chinese language teacher for 2 years. And this series, of course, especially prepared for Romanian beginners who want to study Asian languages. And I help students study and work in East Asia countries. And so the question is, what is a Chinese? So I don't know any one of you study any Asian language before, but the Mandarin. So we're gonna learn Mandarin. The Mandarin is a language of the Semitic family, spoken by over 1 million people. I guess it's most widely used language in East Asia. Okay, let's watch a video together and feel how the Chinese sounds like. The first video is here.
诗是时诗史，诗是诗是诗是，是诗，是时时诗，诗是时时是是是诗，时时是时诗是是是时，是诗是是是，诗是是是时诗，是是是，是是时诗是是，是时是时诗诗，是时是时是诗，是是是是时诗，时是是诗是是是时是时是诗。时时是时是时诗诗，时时时诗诗，是是是。
Okay, so as you hear, actually we heard a lot of this syllable, 诗是诗是, with different tones. So basically, this is Chinese. The Chinese, it has 4 tones. Cantonese, it has 9 tones. So the standard Chinese or Mandarin actually is easier. But when the syllable but different tones, the same syllable, different tones represent a different meaning. So actually, it is a story about lions. About that animal. So if you don't know the character, if you just heard about this syllable, actually you can understand the whole meaning. So the Chinese has 4 tones, as we know, and each one of these tones gives a syllable a different meaning. Okay, next one about 汉字 or kanji in Japanese. So as you can see on the left picture, this looks like a fish. Yeah, it's like it's a beshte. And the right one is a bike. Actually, it's a car, machina. So as you know, the Chinese people use the characters. We don't have a alphabet system. Characters actually represent meaning, not like the Western language. You have a alphabet system. That's why you can read it, even though you don't know the meaning. But Chinese language is just the other way around. We can understand meaning, even sometimes we can't speak it, don't know the pronunciation. So that's the biggest difference. Okay, next one. So the yu. So this one, it doesn't exist in limba romana, but if you know the French, German, or Hungarian, so it's gonna be easier for you to pronounce. It pronounced like 鱼 with a rising tone. So the Chinese characters are the type of pictographic script that represents meaning, not a phonetic alphabet like Romanian or English. So Chinese character 汉字 represents a specific meaning. So the basic communication can be accomplished by mastering about 200 Chinese characters. It sounds quite a lot, but one can learn them quickly with the help of some tricks. So this is the Asian fish, because in the ancient time we don't have paper. We just have to carve a rock or a turtle's back. Yeah. Okay, next one. Most of the Chinese characters are composed of two parts. Okay? Always the sound part and plus the meaning part. The meaning part is radical, like the fish. So on the left picture, you can see is a lot of fish, different fishes, different fish. I don't know because it's Japanese fish. Yeah. But it has some hiragana script that helps you can pronounce it. But as you can see, when I see the left picture, actually I see the right picture. It just represents different fish. Next one is 塞翁失马. It's a really famous story. Okay, let's watch this video first. So it's called an ancient Chinese story. It might inspire you.
Upon a time, there was a Chinese farmer who lost a horse, ran away. And all the neighbors came round that evening and said, "That's too bad." And he said, "Maybe." The next day, the horse came back and brought 7 wild horses with it. And all the neighbors came around and said, "Why, that's great, isn't it?" And he said, "Maybe." The next day, his son was attempting to tame one of these horses and was riding it and was thrown and broke his leg. And all the neighbors came round in the evening and said, "Well, that's too bad, isn't it?" And the farmer said, "Maybe." And the next day, the conscription officers came around looking for people for the army, and they rejected his son because he had a broken leg. And all the neighbors came round that evening and said, "Isn't that wonderful?" And he said, "Maybe." The whole process of nature is an integrated process of immense complexity, and it is really impossible to tell whether anything that happens in it is good or bad, because you never know what will be the consequences of a misfortune, or you never know what will be the consequences of good fortune.
Okay, really beautiful story. Okay, so the visitor came to the village and asked the old farmer, "How did you manage to always remain calm and composed, even faced with such a good or bad luck?" And the old farmer, smiling, replied, "I have learned to accept what comes my way and to not be quick to judge if something's good or bad. Life is full of unexpected events, and it's up to us to decide how we respond to them." The visitors nodded and left the village, taking with him a valuable lesson that something what seems like a misfortune can turn out to be a blessing in disguise, or the other way around. Yeah, so this is the Asian Chinese story. With efficient Chinese knowledge, I think you can read the Asian book, Asian Chinese book. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Okay, yeah, no, go on. The reason to learn Chinese is one of the reasons, like in the story, because we have a rich historical like story and some Asian saying. Okay, get to know the experience of the rich Asian and the modern culture of China, a land as large and diverse as Europe. Yeah, the China is, I guess, basically the same size as European Union. And second one, the grammatical structure of Chinese is simpler than Romania and English. I have many Romanian and Hungarian students in Romania who choose to learn Chinese and they will go to China to study in the future. Yeah, it is. Actually, when I try to learn Romania, the first obstacle, I think, is a gender. Yeah, because in Chinese language, we don't have gender. And second one is conjugation. Yeah, because like M is R, it always changing. But in Chinese language, we only have one. B or fia, we only have this original form. It pronounced like a 是. And third one, learning Chinese is great to traveling in all East Asia. It is the most spoken language in the world after English. Yeah, it is true. Because if you travel with the mainland of China, or you want to travel in Taiwan, Malaysia, Thailand, Singapore, is most of people speak Chinese. And even in Korean or Japan, some people also can speak Chinese. Yeah. And the final reason, last but not least, learning Chinese can also help you learn and better understand Japanese and Korean, because 60% of the vocabulary comes from Chinese, Asian Chinese. Yeah. Japanese also write using Chinese characters, which they call kanji, together with other script, hiragana, katakana. It is true, because when I learned the Romanian biblioteca, and I found all the Latin language family like French, Spain, Italy, they also use this biblioteca, even though I don't know how to pronounce it in their language. Like when you master the 图书馆 library biblioteca, actually Chinese 图书馆, the Japanese 图書館, in Korean 图書館, pretty similar. It's gonna help you to learn another Asian language. But if you haven't decided which language to learn, I recommend you can start learn some Chinese characters, because it is the basic knowledge if you want to know Asia culture. Okay. Speaking of the tourist attraction, like this one, left picture is the Sky Temple. It's located in China. The second one, the Great Wall. I guess everybody knows it. And so the modern Shanghai, most famous, I guess the most it's a metropolis. It's a really large city. Yeah, I feel like I lost in this big metropolis. And also the final one is Zhangjiajie. If you know the Transformer or Avatar, actually some of their narratives shooting here, because it feels like on a different planet. Yeah, it doesn't feel like on Earth. And okay, as I mentioned, time to learn some basic characters. So the first one, as you can see, is a person, right? It's a humble person. And in Chinese, it pronounced like 人, 人 with rising tone. In Romania, it's oameni, embedded, yeah. So it's in different language, but they all represent person, yeah. Next one, 从. Okay, two persons. So it's not a plural. It's because in Chinese language, we don't have this grammar like function. We don't have plurals. So this is pronounced like a 从. Okay, one person followed another. So the meaning is the first meaning is a follow. And the next second meaning is from. Okay, it's a preposition word. Okay, 从 with rising tone. And the next one, 重. Okay, 重. So as you can see, it's three people working under the sound. So in the Asian Chinese culture, we use three to represent a lot. So as you know, this means people or crowd. So basically, right now it means crowd. So many people. Yeah, but this one with falling tone or angry tone. So when you pronounce like this, 重, you got the right one. You got the right pronunciation. The next one, yeah. So it's a 天, 天. But in the Asian time, it doesn't represent the sky. As you can see, the first oracle actually is a person. Actually, is represents the head top here, but it's involved to another meaning, represent the sky. Okay, its pronunciation is a flat tone. 天, 天. Anybody know Tiananmen Square? The first character is a 天. Okay. Next one. This one, of course, is a 上. Okay, but in Chinese pronunciation is 日. This one is quite difficult because I guess most people can pronounce like ri or ri or ri. So try to reduce the influence of your mother tongue because this syllable is really special in Chinese language. It pronounced like 日. Okay, so soiree. So you know the Japan, the first character is this one, 日. Next one, of course, is moon. But in Chinese language, it's pronounced like 月, also falling to 月. Luna. Okay, we continue. This one, as you can see on the left picture, it's a river. So in the ancient time, this character represents a river, but right now it represents water. Yeah. So the pronunciation is 水. So this one's the hardest tone. So, but it's quite important. Okay. Because in textbook is always write like a low tone or falling rising tone, but I'm gonna show you a really interesting way to pronounce it. Imagine yourself like a zombie, like when you pronounce 水, just make your voice lower. So you got to write a similar one, but not the right one. You have to practice a lot of times. So this one is a 水 with zombie. No, with low tone. Okay, up. 水. Okay, so the original meaning is river, but right now we use as represent the water. Okay, continue. The next one is 木. Mu, as you can see, is eyes, right, with falling tone. So okay, it's really interesting. It's just like eyes. So I guess my ancestors are they're artist or painter. They just invent this character, invented this language by painting, I guess. The next one, okay, it's time to put the up and put the water and ice together. Okay, so what do you got? What do you get? You got the tears. So this is a Chinese philosophy to make new characters. 泪, lacrime. So the pronunciation is 泪, with falling tone. So try not confused with Romania currency, lei, feels different. Even though I know right now it's not very easy to make money, it's always tears and blood. But lei is shorter, not like a lei. Okay. Next one. Our final character we learned today, as you can see, is a bloy. Is a 鱼 with low tone. Do you still remember how to pronounce the fish? 鱼 is a rising tone, right? So the same syllable, different tone, different tones, different meaning. Okay. So the 鱼 rising tone is fish. 鱼 low tone is rain. Okay. In the future lessons, we're gonna learn a lot of characters with the same radical. As I mentioned, radical represents the meaning. So this is some Hanzi related to rain, like this one, cloud, snow, or fog, or lightning, or mold. All of them has some connection with rain. So it has the rain part represents the meaning. Okay. The other part, right now you don't know the meaning, you don't know the pronunciation, but I guess, out of these characters, 5 characters, they have something to do with rain. So that's a Chinese character. It's pretty interesting. You don't know the pronunciation. I hadn't show you, but you know it has something to do with rain. Okay, next one is some basic greetings. So in our very first lesson, we had to know some basic greetings. So the first one is 你好,你好. Okay, it's not like 你好. It's American Chinese. It's 你好. Okay, it's a formal way to say, like in Romania, bună ziua, bună ziua, or in Hungarian, jó napot, jó napot. In English, just hello. But basically, if you want to use a casual way, it's a hi, hi, or I guess in Romania, the salut, salut, or in Hungarian, sia, sziasztok. Okay, and next one is try to introduce yourself like 我是 înseamnă sunt. 我是 for example, 我是凯伦 sunt Kellen Voyog. I'm Kellen. So the basic basic self-introduce. Next one is 谢谢 So this one is equivalent to thanks, or mulțumesc, or Gusonyuk. And if you want to be casual, you can say 谢了 it represents, I think, înseamnă merci frumos, or găsi. It's casual, more casual. But 谢谢, I think, is good for our first lesson. And how to reply to 谢谢 is 不客气 不客气 You're welcome. Or in Romania, good luck, cu plăcere, pentru nimic. In Hungarian, 西晚上. In Chinese, 不客气 不客气 Okay. And how to say goodbye in Chinese? 再见 再见 This one is a little bit harder, but if you find it's harder because it's really formal, it's înseamnă la revedere, it's really formal, or vision la tasta, it's quite formal. So, but among our youngsters, we prefer use bye bye like this. Represent 下了 fine, or 了解 or ba, ciao, Doamne ajută, like this casual way to say goodbye, or sziasztok. Yeah. Okay, bye bye. So the next one is 你叫什么? This one we're gonna learn deeper in our next lesson. So 你叫什么 înseamnă cum te cheamă? 什么 înseamnă so 什么 here înseamnă ce. So what is your name? 你叫什么? You can introduce yourself like 我是 like this one. Someone asks you 你叫什么? You can answer like 我是凯伦. Okay, greeting. Some basic greetings. Okay. Okay, so basically we finished our very first Chinese lesson. So I really hope you can enjoy this free lesson. And next week we're gonna continue our course. And the prize is showed on the PowerPoint. So if you got any questions, you can write to my colleague on Facebook or Instagram, Chineza, and you can also add my personal contact and ask me questions about learning language anytime. Is my Facebook, Instagram, email, or WhatsApp. And okay, so I really hope you can start your Chinese learning, and I can't wait seeing you soon. Okay, so 那么拜拜了。